morning from the Paul Martin. We are still anchored in Duluth Superior, waiting to go in, but it's looking optimistic today. The Niagara freed herself, or with the help of the tugs breaking the ice, she freed herself throughout the night because she's well on her way again, and the wind has calmed down. Looks like a good day to go into Superior. So I was sitting here and I looked out my window and I was like, oh, there's a reflection. And oh, wait, that's not a reflection of a light. That's actually the moon. So I quickly popped out to take a few pictures. And it's a beautiful, beautiful morning. Happy Easter greetings from Lorraine, too. She is on the Oceanex Sanderling. And I've received many messages asking if Lorraine would also be sharing her photos and stories of her time on the Sanderling. So she's sending me the photos, and I'm going to share them here with you. I love sailing, and Lorraine thought it would be a fun adventure if she returned to sailing as well, and we could have our time off together and be gone working at the same time. So she has not been sailing since 1994, and she registered at the Union Hall and was waiting for a call. Lorraine was on her way for her annual spring ice fishing trip with her boyfriend when the call came in. She was in the middle of the woods and the call kept cutting out. So she turned the car around and went home so she could get better reception. She was excited to receive that job and she said yes. Joining a ship is always an adventure. I've been lucky. Lorraine always drives me to the ship, but now she's going to be sailing, so I'm going to probably have to get myself there on my own. And of course, she had to fly to Halifax to join her ship. She was flying on April 1st, which adds more adventure to the day. So she got up at 3 a.m. to be picked up by neighbor Susan and Luke at 4 a.m. to get her flight, which was leaving Dorval Airport, which is approximately 75 miles, 122 kilometers from our house. The weather was not good, so they left early, giving lots of time, and she got to the airport just in time to see the board change her flight from leaving at 8 a.m. to canceled. So that was her April Fool's joke. Not so funny. So she sat and waited to see what next flight was going to be available and waited for the company to get back to her. While she was sitting there, she was looking down at her boots and she noticed something. She had two different boots on, which was April Fool's number two. So she has been talking to me about, should I pack my winter boots or my spring boots? Well, actually, she's going to wear them because you never know what the docks are going to be like. So in the end, she has one of each, so she's prepared. This was Lorraine's first glimpse of her job. So getting to the ship, you can always see the ship, but getting from the actual road to the ship is sometimes a challenge. So she had to get cleared at the guard gate, and it was taking a little bit of time. But while she was there, a truck pulled up with a couple of crew members, and they said, "Hey, we'll give you a ride down to the ship." So once her name was cleared, she was one step closer. I knew that the dock would be clean where Lorraine was joining. It's a container ship, so it's not like joining a ship at an iron ore dock or cement dock or coal dock where, the docks can be quite dirty. And then I'm always thinking when I join a ship, what time of the day, night will it be? And the other thing is there a ladder or a gangway? So for sure, the gangway is an easy way to get on the ship, and the ladder, I don't mind the ladder. So that was one of my first questions to Lorraine. How did you get on the ship? Was it a ladder or a gangway? And when she said, I drove on board, I was like, what? So the Sanderling also carries cars. So the two crew members that picked her up in the truck, they had made a little trip into town, and they drove right onto the ship. That's a new way of joining a ship. With the flight delays that Lorraine experienced getting from Montreal to Halifax, she didn't arrive until the end of the day. So she was just able to get on board, get her linen, make her bed. Lorraine makes a perfect bed, like our mother, and go to sleep and start the next day fresh. So she's really enjoying her job. She's very happy. We FaceTime after at the end of the day. If you have a few moments, hang around. While I was putting together this video, I was thinking, where was I last Easter? And then I remembered, oh yes, I was waiting. Well, it was actually a week after Easter. I was waiting for to join the Laurentian, and Lorraine and I were in Maine, and we had a nice Easter surprise. The years before that, I was on a ship for Easter. So I'm just putting some extra photos on. So if you have some extra time, have a look and have a great day. I hope you had a great Easter weekend. Oh, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.